What's happening, everybody? Adam Meckler back again with another trumpet video. We're going to talk about how to take those really common Clarke studies that everybody knows and turn them into an exercise for jazz musicians. I'm going to give you some sheet music that shows you chords and how these manipulations of the Clarke study work over the chords, so then you'll be able to use these exercises in improvisations as well. The idea is to get used to looking at a chord and knowing what notes are in that chord, so visually being able to recognize what notes are in the chord, in addition to using ear training and all kinds of other stuff that are really important for music too. You know the Clarke study. If you are somebody who took lessons with someone for a long time, you probably did this double tonguing, you probably did this triple tonguing, maybe you did this with cross articulation. Generally speaking, the way that I'm about to teach you is not commonly used. I found out about it from a Instagram video by the great Rashawn Ross, who tours with the Dave Matthews Band and does all kinds of studio work. I got to meet Rashawn. He probably doesn't know who I am. I got to meet Rashawn and hang out with him and actually do a little jam session with him at the International Trumpet Guild Conference in Minneapolis many years ago. And I remember him being like, I can't play standards, I'm not good at jazz. And then he completely crushed, blew everybody off the stage. I was totally blown away by him as a person and him as a player. I started following on Instagram, of course, and I saw him do this exercise, which I really love, which is why I'm showing it to you. So basically, we take that really basic Clarke study exercise and we change the notes of it. So we start with the regular major version that we all know. And let me just say that if you haven't practiced these in all 12 keys, then you should do that first. You should practice all the major parts in 12 keys first, and then add to that this exercise. All of us that are manipulating this exercise and adding things to it, we all practiced all 12 keys in their standard formats with double tonguing, with triple tonguing, with all kinds of other things as well. So the next thing you would do is, instead of playing the regular 4 and the regular 5, what we're going to do is we're going to play a whole tone scale. So we're going to make the B flat B natural, and we're going to make the C C sharp. And we're going to make the E E flat. So we have to lower the 7 as well. So we have a complete whole tone sounding scale. Very cool sounding scale, right? And this is something that could be used over like a dominant 7 sharp 5, because we have a flat 7. If you had a major 7 and a sharp 5, you could change it and do E natural. That would be like major 7 sharp 5. So what I usually do is full whole tone. I go full whole tone on this, and we want to do them in succession. So I would start with the major, and go straight to whole tone. And then the next thing I would do is I would go to minor. So in order to make it minor, we have to lower the third, and you find the third by counting up 3, right? So we're going to take A, and we're going to go down to A flat, and we're going to keep the E natural, because that minor major 7 sound is a really cool sound. It can be used in a lot of different contexts. It can be used even when the chord symbol says minor 7, you can play the major 7. That leading tone is so powerful and strong. If you play it strong, it's going to sound fine. It's all taste. It all depends on the player as well. So you can see we've gone to minor. Now we go major, whole tone, minor. We do them in succession. And the idea is to do these in one breath. So as we add more scales, it gets a little bit more difficult. Now the next one we're going to add is the altered scale. Now the altered scale is something that I've talked about in some of my other videos. I love the altered scale. It can be used over 2/5 or dominant context anytime, no matter what the dominant chord says. If it says sharp 9 flat 9 sharp 5, or it says X7 alt or something like that, then for sure you want to use these pitches. But this is a great way of learning what those pitches are and doing them in a way that isn't just a regular scale, right? We're mixing them up a little bit. We're moving around in the scale a little bit. So this one is going to have a flat 2, a sharp 2 or sharp 9, so flat 9, sharp 9, a natural third, and then a flat 5 and a sharp 5. I have to think about them. So now we have to do it in succession with the rest of the scales. So you can see I really got to get my fingers on the top of the valves. I get that third valve moving. I can't get so lazy with having my finger in the ring. I have to have my kind of hands ready in sort of attack position. And then the last one is to do it chromatically. This one is a little bit weirder, and as you go from key to key, it's a little harder to hone in on these notes in particular. You could spend some time writing all these out. I'm giving them to you in one key, but you could spend some time writing these out in all 12 keys if it's helpful. I like to see something in one or two keys and then use my brain to transpose. I think it's really important to get used to transposing things into different keys. So here we go. Here's chromatic. Which has a really cool sound, and chromaticism works in a lot of different contexts for improvisation. So obviously this is a valuable thing that you can use in a lot of different improvisational contexts. All in one breath. And you can hear that it takes a lot of air to get through that exercise even at that speed. It's a really great way of working on breath control as well. And then it's important to try and do these in other keys. So that's it. That's a really great way of working on your Clarke Studies to become a jazz musician, to be somebody who's good at improvising and looking at chords. Obviously, we don't have time to practice every single thing every single day, but I try to work these kinds of things into my warm-up routine, into my morning routine that I have. I try to work in some technique exercises, lip slurs, long tones, lip bends, things like that. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helps you become a better improviser. Please hit like, hit subscribe, and shoot me a comment and let me know what kind of thing you'd like me to talk about. Bye.